when we finished the race, the whole crowd just went silent, and you could just hear two groups of USA crowds just going crazy. And I looked up at the board and saw that we had beat them, and I was just shocked that on paper that just shouldn't have been able to happen, and it did. And it's just one of those moments where, like, well, anything can happen at the Olympics. My name is Jilleanne Rookard, and I'm a long track speed skater. I actually got involved in skating because my family owns roller skating rinks in Michigan. So I grew up figure skating and speed skating and playing hockey on roller skates. And I did that until I was 24. I did competitions nationally and internationally. And then my mom ended up getting sick in 2005. And so I kind of needed to have a little bit of a life change. So I actually quit skating. I quit my sport. And then a year later, she got a little better, and I just tried ice skating. One of my sponsors wanted me to go out to Milwaukee to just check it out, and 2 weeks later I moved to Milwaukee to start skating. I did grow up in a faith-based school, and I guess growing up was more like a checklist. Like, did I do this, this, and this? If I did this, this, and this, then I must be doing it right. I must be, the Christian. It wasn't until my life was challenged that I knew I needed something else or something more. Like for example, when I was 18, my father passed away suddenly, and that was very challenging. And then just a few years later, my mom got cancer, and my little world was flipping upside down, and it was nothing a checklist could fix. I was at the gym just sharing my experience of how difficult life had gotten, and just I didn't know what to do about my mother and all those kinds of things. And this lady said, "Oh, well, can I pray with you?" I said, "Gosh, right here?" And I said, "Sure." And just right there in the gym, we just dropped our weights, and we did it right there on the mat. And I had never done anything like that before. I only did that in church. So a week later, the lady then asked me if I wanted to do a one-on-one Bible study, and I had never done that either. I mean, I go to church, I listen, to a few things here and there, but I had never studied the Bible ever, and I was 24 at the time. So I said, sure, why not? And so we did it at her house, and it was kind of an altering experience. She asked me questions in a challenging way that I'd never thought about, and it really, some of it just disturbed me, or it just stirred me up inside, and I didn't know really what to think about it. Is this good or not? I have no idea. And then a couple months later, I continued with it, and life just got really hard. And I just remember coming to a point and just thinking, I can't handle this on my own. There is just no way. It's above my head. And nobody on earth here can help me with it. Not really. They can aid me here and there, but eventually it's got to be in my heart and in my mind. And and just slowly, I continued on with it, and just slowly, it just started. I didn't even know I had an anxiety in me, and it just, it just kind of creeps up on you, anxiety about just life in general, and, not knowing what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go, or worrying about a career, worrying about going to college, worrying about my mom, worried about my father that had passed, all of these things. And, you know, it just began to fill me in a way I had never known before. You know, I didn't even know some of that hurt was there. And, you know, just learning more about God and, you know, who He is. You know, He's just not in a building. He's so much more than that. And I've just kept growing since then, and it's not anything sudden. I realize now that I'm never going to stop learning, and it's going to be a constant roller coaster, and just, you know, but if I never would have had the challenge, I probably would have never known I need healing. So, and that's kind of the point that keeps recurring, just hurt and heal, and you know, the more I go through life, the more I learn.